roll it up, let it strong. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Why talk about it, be about it, take another shot.
Hey, yo, what's going down? I'm OD, and this is Slump Sessions, man. We out here at the closet, you know, the one, the only closet, the one-stop shop right above the Johnny Dang shop. If you need anything, you need clothes, you need shoes, you need that freshest drip, the flyest gear in the city, you know where to go, the closet, man. We here with Mike Mills. Man, how are you doing today?
Man, beautiful Wednesday out here in Houston, Texas, and out here with my business partner, Benjamin Wong. We've came a long way, guys. We're officially at 8 months. We've been here. I can't believe it's already been 8 months too.
I saw that. It's almost been almost a year anniversary coming up.
4 months away. Well, really in like June, we'll be our 1 year. But it's amazing to think we've done all this without even a grand opening. So major shout out to the entire city for rocking with us. Because to take this from that 950 square foot condo and bring it over to 3,500 square feet and make it the biggest spot in the city, this was truly revolutionary.
It's not an easy thing to do. To go from being in your apartment to being the biggest shop in Houston, not everybody could do that. And I mean, shit, this guy did it. Hey, this guy did it, man. We're going to start with the beginning, man. I want to take it all the way back. Well, who is Mike Mills, and, man, where are you from?
So let me tell everybody, my name is Michael Mills, and I was born southwest part of Houston, right over in the 777 building, right there off 59 and Bissonnette. I really grew up in Sugar Land. That's where I went to like elementary, middle school, high school. Went to Kempner High School, the same high school as Maxo Cream. Okay. So after I went there, went to University of Texas in San Antonio. Went there for about 3.5 years. And I went through a lot of trials and tribulations during those years and really the next 2 years after that. And then in about 2011, I opened up a music studio. Was called Audio Blueprint, no E in blue. And I was right here off 59 and Fondren in the Arena Towers. I was on the 6th floor. And it was a dope little turnkey studio operation, you know, making 5, 6, 7 bands a month, getting people, you know, the music that if they wanted to go get mix and master it at the time, it was a lot more expensive. Keep in mind, this is, you know, almost 10 years ago. It's not like how it is now where you can go get, you know, a MacBook and get you a mic. And just record on the spot. It was a little bit harder back then. So I saw a niche market and I opened up and I used my network and it was great. Now, while I was doing this, funny story, is right next to the Arena Towers is a famous motorcycle shop, and it's called T Mancuso Southwest. They have 7 stores in and around Houston. Major shout out to Mancuso. They're the 12th largest power sports dealer in the world, and they changed my life. So while I was at this studio, and I was about there for 2 years, my buddy, who I met, and we'll go through this story, this for another episode, you know, the real backstory, what happened in 2009, you know, why I had to basically leave for 15 months, lost my freedom, but we'll get into that later. But someone that I met during those times told me, Mike, when we get out, I got something for you. And so he hits me up on Facebook. His name is Fabio. Major shout out to my brother Fabio. And Fabio says, Mike, I want you to come sell motorcycles for me. And I was like, man, I come from a Jewish mother, a Jewish upbringing. You know, she tattoos, dirt bikes. I mean, we don't do that stuff, right?
That's unheard of.
Right. No, I didn't get to have dogs growing up. None of that stuff. Yeah. It was different, but I love my mom because she showed me everything. But so check this. He hits me up and is like, Mike, come sell bikes for me. So I go next door, literally next door to Mancuso, and I walk in, I smell the tires, the gas, the oil. Bro, I love this shit, right? Because again, I never was around dirt bikes and motorcycles and all that shit. So
you fell in love.
I fell in love. I took the job, bro. And for the next 3.5 years of my life, it was dedicated to selling motorcycles. I worked for Mancuso, and then I worked for Republic Harley Davidson selling Harleys. So check this. As I'm working, you know, getting the industry right, I'm like, man, there's got to be something a little bit easier. So, I mean, when I mean easier, I mean in terms of physical work, because, you know, we're bringing out these big bikes.
Yeah,
man,
it's a lot.
It's a lot of work. I mean, I was worn out. So, boom, I get into selling cars, right? And as I was selling cars for Expo Motor Cars, I worked for Central Houston Cadillac, a bunch of dope dealerships out here. But over at Expo Motor Cars, I got an idea that I wanted to get back in the industry. But I'm like, I'm in my 30s now. You know, I'm not gonna do a music studio anymore. And now because anyone could record, I was like, I want something that's different. So I was like, at the time, you know, Drake blowing up, Trav blowing up, you know, Bieber's doing this thing too. And you see all these guys wearing Supreme and all these hype brands. Yeah. So boom, I started doing my homework. I'll start looking into Supreme. I'm like, every week they sell out. and this stuff is going for 2-3 times retail. There's a business behind this.
Oh yeah.
So what I did was I went to a few different shops out here and I did a pros and cons list. The pros, I mean, there's a lot of dope shops, you know. You got Sneaker Summit, been around for a while, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. They've been in the game for 17 years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I look how everybody's doing shit, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do just clothing only. I'm not going to do shoes, and that's what's going to separate me. So when I started Houston Closet, the precursor to the closet, I didn't sell shoes. Yeah. I only sold clothing, and I focused on 6 brands. I found Supreme, Palace, V-Lone, Kith, Bape, and Yeezy. That's the only 6 brands I sold. And all I did was I bought the rare stuff. Like I went back from like 1998 to 2014, grabbing Rare Supreme, selling that. So boom, it's starting to gain traction, right? So I opened up, so a year later, I opened up my first storefront in East Downtown. Okay. And how we were gonna do the grand opening was I linked up with Baby J Prince, and major shout out to the Prince family, because this is what changed my life, guys. So Baby J Prince and I met at Soul Lounge. Soul Lounge is owned by Tracy McGrady's brother, Chance McGrady. Yep. Major shout out to Chance, because I did my second pop-up ever over there. And that's where I met Baby J at. So check this. Baby J and I lock in after Soul Lounge, and he hits me up and he says, Mike, we just did this collab with Supreme, because they did an actual collab with Supreme, Rap-A-Lot Records did. I remember that one. Yeah, and he goes, Mike, we want to do our first official clothing pop-up, our brand. And it's going to be Rap-A-Lot, but their New Wave brand, right? Because New Wave is their own, it's its own branch of Rap-A-Lot. They have their own artists. You know, obviously he's done his own clothing. So I said, you know what? What better way to open my first storefront ever than to do the first Rap-A-Lot pop-up ever? Yeah. So boom, we do the pop-up. Over 1,000 people come up, line wrapped around. It was like an hour wait to get inside. Jay Prince, major shout out to Jay Prince, the father, came to the pop-up. Jay Prince Jr. came to the pop-up. That moment right there would also later give us 2 more pop-ups with that family because of my relationship with Junior. Me and Junior known each other for 8, 9, 10 years, but that moment is what put us, you know, like, hey, solidified, yeah, you know, of course I blessed him. I gave him this Supreme Scarface knit sweater, took a picture with like a big stack of money. I was like, I love that shit, you know what I'm saying? So the story gets crazy though, so check this. So we have this successful pop-up, right? Shit's going great. I'm like, boom, this is a great location, right in East Downtown. I haven't met Ben, just so you know yet, you know what I'm saying? So Ben's been in the game for longer than I have. Oh, yeah. But Ben's still doing his thing. He killing it in shows, but I'm over here doing my shit at my storefront, right? Well, I had some business partners, right? Stole from me, bro. Between me and you, some of the craziest shit you'll ever go through. Like, bro, like to think that you have someone that's supposed to be your CFO, that's supposed to be like doing business for you, and they want you to sign an NDA and then try to give me like $4,000 or $5,000 less than the merch I had in the store, bro. They literally stole merch from me, bro. I seen that same merch in bags going out to artists that they were like, hey, we'll give you some merch if you come by and you know and guess what? Guess where those same dudes are at now? Yeah. So let's keep going. So boom, that shit happened. I had to pull back from that, right? So after, you know, because I don't take no for an answer, because I'm built for this. The next thing I did was I went into these office complex right off West Park, and I went and I got me a spot, built that motherfucker up, booming by myself, and right across there was these guys that did shoes, right? And this is where the game gets funny, right? I don't get free clout anymore, but these same guys were the same guys that kept me away from him. Ooh. You know, saying like, oh, you don't want to do business with Ben, even though this is the legend, bro. This is who's getting 50-pack, 100-pack of shoes, been in the game 10 years, collection, shitting on every store out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is the dude, right? But again, because I'm new to this, keep in mind, because when I'm in the second spot now I've only been in the game for about a year and a half, you know what I'm saying? So coming up on 2 years. So as I'm in that spot, right, this spot's crazy, because I end up getting out of the spot I was in, and I link with these shoe guys, because I knew now where I'm at. I'm like, the clothing kills it, but you got to have that one-stop shop. You got to have the shoes and you got to have the clothing, right? So between you and I didn't want to, and because of like the room, you know, because I was doing this still out of my condo too, I can't have a shitload of shoes. So clothing is easier for me to have like mounds of clothing than a ton of shoes, right?
Yeah.
So
shoes
boom,
take up a lot of space.
It takes up a lot of space. So boom, I link with the shoe guys, right? And we start killing it. And I'm not, listen, just because I'm gonna bring this up just because it was a big moment, but I am still the only store that Tekashi 6ix9ine ever pulled up to. And when he came to my store, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, that moment, it was wild, it was crazy, he's a piece of shit, but at the same time, in that moment, because of where he was at, it was big.
At the time, he was the biggest artist.
Period.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know this, and I'm not gonna go too in depth, but that day he came was the day that Jay Prince Jr. came by for his birthday party. I mean, for his birthday weekend. Okay. And he's coming by to show my shop love because it was his first time seeing my shop in person, my new shop by himself. Yeah. And it's his birthday. You know, you don't give these guys a little Walmart gift card. You give them something dope. Oh, yeah, you know, like I was like,
something they gonna remember.
Yeah, I'm like, Junior, I got something for you. Come pull up. Next thing I know is while 6ix9ine's there, Junior pulls up in a white Ferrari, hits me up, is like, I'm here. So I literally asked 6ix9ine and I'm like, hey, y'all heard of Jay Prince Jr.? Like, yeah. I'm like, all right, babe, well, he's coming upstairs. So boom, I walk downstairs, give Junior a hug, like, happy birthday, my brother. And before we go up, just because, you know, mob shit, I'm like, hey, so you know 6ix9ine's upstairs. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. He goes, fuck it, let's go. So Junior was cool from the get-go, walks through the door, right? 6ix9ine didn't even acknowledge him, bro. So when I seen that shit, I'm like, you know what? This disrespect shit ain't finna fly. So literally, I walked with Junior for 30 whole minutes, showed him around the whole store, taking my time. He's hitting his vape, doing his thing, just he's grabbing certain items and shit, you know, because he wants to still, you know, show love to me, even though I'm blessing him, you know what I'm saying? So 30 minutes later, bro, Treyway comes up on me, tugs on my shirt, like, hey, bro, can you come holler at us? Because I'm making them wait. I'm making 6ix9ine them wait. Because I got my brother in store and y'all just trying to be disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
it's always going to be family first.
Like, so it's going to be family first. If you want to play it that way, we're going to play it that way. So we'll say this again for later about the whole everything that happened. But long story short, whatever happened. They left. Something happened Sunday. That happened over at Spire. Monday, 6ix9ine calls me. He wants the footage, right, of them inside my shop because he knows we got security cameras. Yeah. I called Junior. I'm like, we ain't doing that. And I told you
cameras are clean, man.
Yeah. And I literally sent Junior like a little audio clip of 6ix9ine calling me on the phone. I was like, bro, this motherfucker trying. I'm like, this is the shady shit. And just so you know, I ride for the family.
Oh yeah.
So that I think at that moment, I mean, he already fucked with me, but at that moment, it really solidified. Like, hey, this guy, he ain't no clout searching motherfucker. He's doing this because he genuinely cares about us. Yeah. Because of what Baby J and what the father and what that family already did for me. You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, I had a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? It was either go and go do clout and do that side, or you ride for the family and do something bigger than this.
Yeah, clout could only get you so far.
Period.
But showing love and being genuine persons, that's gonna take you to the moon and back.
It's gonna take you to the moon and back, bro. So check this, man. We end up doing the storefront. Had a bunch of dope people come through there, and long story short, we got out of there and we went to West Oaks Mall. And West Oaks Mall's dead, but we were trying to bring some life into it. And we had a dope spot. And again, the same shit because, again, bro, like, the people that are in this scene, this is a very good community, but there's a lot of people who take advantage of people in this. And I'm not going to lie. Stole from me again at West Oaks Mall. So here's where the story gets good. Of course, I had to deuce out. I took my L's on the chin. All those dudes in that place that did me wrong, guess where they at? Gone with the wind. Not here. So boom, we back. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this to my condo. We're going to go back to the basics. And for 2 years, I did this shit out of my 950 square foot condo. Major shout out to the Houston Press for following this whole adventure, for giving me the profile, for giving the story out. And thank you for Slumpedsessions for following up, man. This is going to be good. I haven't really given this much info to anybody, you know what I'm saying? So like, you just called me at a good time. You know, I feel like this story needs to be heard. This shit is basically like a movie, you know what I'm saying? So let me tell you where this story gets good, right? So again, you know, you see how much, you know, Rap A Lot has inspired me and the business that they done with me and the level that they took me, right? So boom, I talked to Jay Prince Jr. and Drake had did the song Mob Ties. I said, Junior, this branding is huge. I was like, this Mob Ties, and people love this because I'm hearing Migos say it, I'm hearing it. It was not just Drake. You know, Drake just put it as an actual song, so it took it to a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to think, I'm like, this brand is bigger than itself. I'm like, here's what we're gonna do. Let's do a pop-up. And Junior's like, bro, I already got merch ready. He's like he already been ready for this moment. Yeah. So we do our first pop-up ever. It's the first Mob Ties event ever, and that was at Richmond Studios right here on Richmond. That one was insane. We had a bunch of people pull up. But where this was big for our brand is this was the first pop-up that I went with Ben in Texas Shoe Exchange, based in Austin, one of the biggest shoe stores in Texas. And once I finally met Ben, see, Ben hit me up I'm so glad I feel like he almost humbled himself, because at the end of the day, like, he's killing it, I'm killing it, but we hadn't really had a formal introduction. He had been in my shop before because he knew the guys that I was doing business with, but we never really got to formally meet, you know? So he's like, Mike, I want to buy this Supreme necklace that you have, and now that bitch is worth like $1,000, but it was just a little $100 pendant. I gave him a good deal on it. He came to my condo, you know, he sees everything. He's like, bro, you got to get into a store. I'm like, we're going to do this together. But first and foremost, I got something coming, you know what I'm saying? Because I gotten the word again from Jay Prince Jr. that we're going to do this pop-up. So I linked with Ben. I said, hey, bring Texas Shoe Exchange. It's going to be me, you, and Mob Ties, Jay Prince Jr. We're going to have a crazy-ass event. Boom, we throw it. Hella successful. So we go off that, and the energy's still strong. You know what I'm saying? Like we're still doing our thing. He's grinding. He's going to events. I mean, he's going all the way around the world to SneakerCon and all these dope events. I'll let him say it for his own story. But you know, as we're doing this, next thing you know, a year passes, because time flies, right? Yeah. So a year passes. So next thing I know it, I was like, Junior, let's do another one. The city loves this. They're still asking me still for the hats, the hoodies, the tees. He's like, as my brother says, it's up, it's stuck. I was like, I bet. So I was like, where do you think we should do it? He goes, you know, my dad did a book signing over at Johnny Dang's, and it was really, really, like, it was a really, like, upscale, dope event, like the way it was set up. Like, I was like, I like where you're going with this. Because again, Johnny Dang, like,
I mean, of course.
Like, who's not going to be like, yeah, that, come on, in the city too. Like, I'm like, so like, let's do it. And he's like, between me and you, it's like, my relationship with Johnny is like golden. We can do the event whenever we want. I was like, all right, Junior, let's do it. So then, boom, I hit Ben up again. I said, hey, it's getting serious. I'm like,
we're doing part two.
We're doing part two, and we're doing it at Johnny Dang's. But this time, we're going to have performances too. Max O'Cream, Trade the Truth, YB and Almighty Jay performed out on the stage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the level we took this to. And that was in 2019, December. And so December of 2019, you know, as we're out there for the event, man, everything really comes to, because then you look outside, there's a line wrapped around the building. You know, you got over 3,000 people that come, and at that moment, you know what I'm saying, like, I think Ben and I both knew, like, this shit's bigger than us. And then Mike, keep it down. And then next thing I know it, you know what I'm saying, it's Johnny pulls me to the side, and, you know, this was only 2 hours into the event, pulls me aside and was like, y'all should come upstairs. So I'm like, I look at Ben, I walk over to Ben and Peanut, I'm like, bro, he wants us in the store.
What was here before y'all actually moved here? What was like in this spot?
So you had there was like two stores, a couple shoe stores that tried it out, but the level that we're at has never been done before. Okay. And even when I first seen this location, because I came here 2 years ago to talk to Johnny about this spot, the price was a little bit higher, but again, I had to prove myself, you know. And so, you know, I always had a vision for this upstairs, you know what I'm saying? Because it is 3,500 square feet. It's in a Galleria zip code. You know, like, this shit is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Prime real estate right here.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
And to be on top of Johnny's. So the main thing that we wanted, it wasn't even the money. It was, how long can we stay here? So as we were doing, and I'm not going to talk too much on negotiations, but between you and I, Johnny only does people for 6 months over here. Mm-hmm. Like any other businesses that ever tried here, they give you the initial 6 months because you got to prove yourself to him. Yeah. But out the gate, he gave us a year. And guess what happened a month ago? We just signed a long-term deal with Johnny Dang.
Hey.
Closet's not going nowhere.
Hey, well, congratulations on that.
I appreciate that. We're here to stay. Like literally took this shit and took it to the biggest shop in the city. We get so much hate. You know what? At the end of the day, when you do something at this level, it comes with the love, because we get so much love. So at the end of the day, no matter which way it comes from, we hear it, you know what I'm saying? But we just do what we do and keep doing good business. I mean, we can say we don't sell fake merch here, never have. Yeah. You got to do good business. That's part of the reason why Johnny loves us so much, is because we do genuine business here. We're authentic. There's never no question about our morale or what comes out of here. I mean, we even just, and we'll put it on some B-roll, but we even got our closet verified tags, just like StockX, you got the tags. Oh. Yeah, we have ours like that actually hang off on the shoe now.
Man, but that's crazy, because since you were doing it all those years ago, to actually come in here and now actually like proving yourself to get this long-term deal, that goes a long way. Like you said, a couple other people have been here. And a lot
of people want to be here, just so you know.
And a lot off the gate, he saw what y'all got going, and he saw the potential that y'all saw in yourselves.
Absolutely.
Why don't you give a little brief on Texas Shoe Exchange and kind of how that came about? And
All right, so I'm Ben. Let's see. I linked up with Peanut maybe 4 years ago at a sneaker event.
And hold on, real quick, guys. Peanut is our third business partner of the closet. It's me, Ben, and Peanut from Texas Shoe Exchange, just so y'all know. All right, Ben.
That's basically our sister store of this store, the closet powered by TSC. So I linked up with him. I was, like Mike does the clothes. I'm the shoe guy. You know what I'm saying? I've been out doing the shoes for over 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Shoe drops in Miami. You know what? We fucking flying to Miami. You know what I'm saying? The whole crew, we got to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I was known as that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I was low key, but you know what I'm saying? I would be that guy on the Instagram flexing 50 packs, 100 packs of shoes, you know what I'm saying? And I know Mike, that caught his attention. And,
of course. Complex Sneakers posted him up. The villain.
I'm fucking villain, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So they're making memes of me and shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Benjamin Kicks type shit. Even he hit me in the inbox.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, I met up with Peanut. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to do a shoe store, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the longest, over 10 years, that's been a dream of mine, you know what I'm saying? But I never really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need, like a condo or, like a spot per se to hustle my shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I could just hustle it off the strength of, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, I had clientele, I had customers already, you know what I'm saying? And I would just ship it wherever type shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? Literally, I saw Mike killing it, and I'm like, man, why is there so much hate? Like, people trying to hold him down, you know what I'm saying? So then, like, literally, like, I had to humble myself, like Mike said, because I'm already doing my thing. I'm
at the
good
top.
where I'm at.
Yep.
I'm good where I'm at. I don't need no help.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I hit him up on the strength. I was like, yo, I need to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I don't want to say too much, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the rest is history, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because this long time.
Because he didn't just come and talk. He actually came and spent money with me. And then that, digressed into this whole entire,
I mean, like I said, it's the story not even over.
Yeah. We're still writing it. We're still writing it.
We're still right now, man.
Yeah. Biggest in the city, man.
What just because I love shoes too, but what is the shoe that actually really got you into sneakers, man? What I gotta know.
So, I mean, I think what it is for me was, when you're, 14, 15 years old, you have a lot of money, right? So, we used to buy shoes, and then we'd be like, that's cool. But then it's like, man, I want to get my shit for free. Yeah. So then it's like, man, if I get 2 pairs, shit, I get my shoe for free. You know what I'm saying? And it progressed from there. It went from 1 pair to 2 pair to 10 pairs to 20 pairs to 50 pairs, 100 pairs. You know what I'm saying? Types of shit like that. And now we're back doing it for managers. You know what I'm saying? We're paying them on the side. We're going through stores and shit like that, which I can't talk too much about. But it's like
backdoor king.
How that shit goes. But I mean, it was just like for me. I really don't have a favorite shoe. I mean, as far as Jordans wise, I mean, I'd probably do favorite silhouettes, probably 3, 4s, or probably 11s. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's, you know what I'm saying? It's Nike all day right now. Checks over.
I mean, look what he's wearing right now.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got the off-white Air Force Volts.
Yep.
These are mad rare.
So.
He's wearing more on his shoes than I got in anything right now.
Ben, how much are these brand new?
About 1,100 right now.
Yeah.
So
just different.
Come on.
I mean, and yeah, it's just the love of the shoes that really, you know what I'm saying? And like sometimes I wake up and it's like it's crazy that, I feel like, man, we did our thing, bro. We're like, you know what I'm saying? Like and I'm like, like Mike's like my family, my brother, like he's the one that be talking that shit, but like I find myself talking about like, damn, bro, like we really did this thing, bro.
In the middle of a pandemic.
You know what I'm saying? In the middle of a pandemic, and we're on top of fucking Johnny Danes, bro.
You get to do
what you love
every day.
Yeah,
every day.
Yeah. So this shit's crazy, bro. But like I said, it's only the beginning.
Right. That's right. I mean, no grand opening yet. But we still gonna have one coming soon, and we still got mad pop-ups on the way too. So we rocking. It's been an emotional experience. Yeah. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this. Still goes into this. We eat, breathe, and sleep it every day, every night. I mean, even this morning, these guys were up, getting trying to get Jordan 1s. I know they got a few pairs, but that's the drive. Like, we genuinely love what we do. So that I feel like that comes across even in our business, when we do videos, like any of that stuff. Even like when big artists come in, like I feel like that's why like Meek Mill and Trippie Redd and Key Glock, Sauce Walker could go to any store he wants to, right? Like, and that dude spends more money than anybody I know. but he comes over here, and like because of I feel like not only what we have, but that energy, that enthusiasm, that love that we give him because it's genuine. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? Or what is it like kind of seeing yourself build that celebrity clientele over the years? Because, I mean, starting out, you had to start somewhere, and I'm sure you were selling to a lot of people, and then slowly you start seeing celebrities come through, people who are on the top billboards.
Right.
You know, showing love. What is that kind of like, you know, over the years? I'm
not going to lie. The one that hits me the hardest was Don Toliver, because when Don first shopped with me was in March of 2018. He wasn't even signed to Travis Scott. And in the video, even with me and him in it, you know, he was buying a pair of Air Force Sales, the Travis Scott, the Travis Scott Air Force One, you know, the one that you can remove the Nike check, whatever. So, you know, he's in the video like shouting out Cactus Jack. You know, Cactus Jack swoosh. I'll give you some footage so you can throw it on this for B-roll. But it's hard though. But seeing where he was at, and then 2-3 months later, I'm with his mom, and we're at the Ciroc showcase. Dice Soho is the headliner. Don's not the headliner. Yeah. But I'm there with his mom. You know, and like I really went by myself, and I'm literally just chilling with her, and she's with someone else too. So we're just hanging. Don comes on, man. I'm all excited because I knew this guy was gonna go somewhere. And then it was like 3 or 4 months later, you know, Trav drops Astroworld, and like the hottest track, one of the hottest tracks on there, arguably besides the Drake track, is the one that with Don. You know, you can't say I'm bad. You know, so boom. So while they're at the listening event, that's when Travis Scott puts the Cactus Jack chain on him. So when I seen that happen, I was like, man, that really came full circle so fast, and I couldn't be more happy and excited for such a good dude because Don is such a solid guy. And I will say, even since we've opened, that dude has came and spent so much money over here and showed us so much love too. So, and same with Chase B, you know, we got mad love for Trav and all the Cactus Jack.
Man, that's crazy. I mean, seeing somebody that supported you from the beginning, and now he's one of the biggest. Yes.
Yep.
And I mean, that, like you said, it goes full circle. And then I know you talked about the pop-ups. I saw on your Instagram that y'all did a pop-up a long time ago with Currency, and so the pop-ups have been progressively growing steady. And I saw like that was one of your first pop-ups.
That was the first. So the first pop-up ever that was in 2017, and that was for. Trying to think of the event. It was with Currency. Mike, what was that event called? The first one, the Munchies Picnic. Yeah. So the Munchies Picnic was the first pop-up we ever did, and my boy Mike Meigs was like, bro, you need to do these pop-ups. I was like, bro, he's like, I got the show for you. So he's like, you're only gonna be one of only 4 approved vendors. I'm gonna give you front access, but something I totally forgot. This is still a concert, right? Yeah. What happens in concerts? They turn the lights off, right? Oh, yeah. So I didn't bring lighting. So I'm having to sell merch with my cell phone light on. Man, we still ran up 4 bands to the hustle on my first event ever, you know what I'm saying? And that really showed me like the energy and drive and really also how much music and fashion is correlated. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's such a direct correlation. So it was a beautiful thing, and then from that to evolve from there to Chance McGrady's spot over at Soul Lounge, and then the other 2 at Rap Lot, and then we've done so many since then. You know, the one with Young Pony Boy. I mean, the stuff with Young Pony Boy is probably the craziest ever because when I first got with this guy, a lot of people don't know this backstory, but when I went to that West Park location. The location I went inside, that was Ponyboy's spot. He actually rented it out to me, and we never even I never even put my name on it. It was still under his name. Yeah. So that was really like 2017. My boy was already riding with me. You know what I'm saying? So to see him evolve from going behind the script, you know, behind the camera, being a cameraman, to producing his own brand. That's why as soon as we got this, the first thing we did for him, you know, we got Trippie Redd to wear his shit, and then from Trippie it went to so many other people, Sauce Walker, Key Glock, Meek Mill, yeah, I mean, and even in Meek Mill's upcoming new video with Lil Baby and Vori, he will be wearing the OG Death Dream shoes. Keep in mind, Meek Mill has a shoe deal, full-blown shoe deal with a whole nother company, but he's gonna be wearing these. So I mean, to see his brand and what it's done, it's, you know, I'll call it this, Pony Boy, this is still his brand, but we're gonna call it the Closet Effect. Hey. And the Closet Effect, I'm telling you, is so strong now. This platform that we built, that's why even now we just did a pop-up last month with a local brand out here and they blew up. You know what I'm saying? They had, you know, Jay Prince, the father, you know, got a piece. They got a picture with him. You know, our customers are buying their merch. They did some tie-dye pants with the Closet logo on it. Shout out to Crater Clothing. They were our first local pop-up that we've done that's not like an essential core brand. You know, like our core local brands is Ponyboy Death Dreams, Mob Ties by Junior, Maxo Cream Persona merch, and then we got Peso Peso Hardest Essay merch in here. That's the only core brands that we have outside of like Supreme and everything else.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Ponyboy and Death Dreams. I've been seeing him, I've been seeing him do a lot of things. We're gonna definitely have to get one in with you.
Yes,
but
I'll set that up.
Hey, let's do it. But like the pop-ups have progressively gotten bigger over the years, and like you said, the closet effect. I mean, anything that y'all believe in and y'all put y'all's names behind, it's gonna blow.
Yes,
and I see that. I mean, everybody sees it. It's obvious whenever you got lines wrapping around the block trying to come in and get stuff.
Yes, and you know, I will say this: we're very excited. I really feel like the elevation of all the pop-ups, our events, even the storefront itself. But this next two that we're doing, guys, is going to be very special. We got Young Pony Boys Death Dream Closet Part 2 pop-up March the 6th, and next month to be announced. Will be announced in the next 2 weeks, guys. The Jay Prince Jr. Closet Mob Ties 3 pop-up. This one's going to be major. It don't get no bigger than this. And wait till y'all see the celebrity guests we got coming to this one. Hey. Different.
Y'all gonna have to tap in. If y'all aren't already following, if y'all haven't been here, just coming in here is a crazy experience. I mean, I've never had a reason to come to Johnny's shop. Obviously, I ain't gonna be able to buy nothing in.
Right.
Like, but coming here, I came here, I think, almost a year ago. I was filming for Chef Machete. Whenever he was putting the links out, shout out to Chef.
Yeah, big shout out.
So we came in here, and I think it was a few months after y'all had actually started, you know, y'all were in here. So just seeing it from there to where it is now.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference. We put a lot more in here. You know, the amount of shoes, the amount of clothing, and kind of going off what you said, you know, a lot of people feel like they may not be able to pull up to Johnny's to buy jewelry, but that's why we like having this up here, because it's the yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? Like when I call it that one-stop shop, that's exactly what it is. You don't necessarily have to come for jewelry. You can come upstairs, get you a little hat. You can come get a keychain up here. You can come get a, you know, or you can come get a pair of shoes, a badass shirt, hoodie. I mean, the range is so amazing, and I do feel with what Johnny's already cultivated, with his branding, his name, and his customers, I feel like what we do, it goes so hand in hand. This was really a beautiful thing, and again, major shout out to Johnny Dang for this.
Oh yeah, definitely shout out to him. Anything he believes in and anything he puts his name behind too is worth. But hey, shout out to Johnny over here. Hey, we had to get him in here.
And he is one of the hardest working men. I'm telling y'all, my boy is still in Tampa right now doing pendants and chains and grills. He was just with Pump last night. This guy really grinds. We've got to really see Johnny from a behind-the-scenes aspect, and I will say I have so much more respect, even more than I did before. I always had a lot of respect, but now, like, this dude is just
I think that's one
legendary.
thing I like seeing is that Johnny does post a lot to social media and where he's at, you know, if anybody's in the area wants a chain. And I think that shows, you know, people like me and everybody else watching, hey, he is grinding. He's working. He is one of the hardest. It don't matter
that he's at the top. He'll still get in the trenches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He definitely will. That's something that I see that you couldn't. That would be badass if, like, somebody, you know, filmed around here or something, like the Closet, you know, reality show or something. I mean
hey, honestly, yeah. We do have a YouTube. We'll tag that in here. Our YouTube's crazy.
Hey, the YouTube is just the Closet, Houston Closet, or?
And so it's the Closet HTX.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, y'all check it out.
Yep.
Y'all need to subscribe.
You can literally type in the Closet Trippy Red, the Closet Meek Mill. All the videos will pop up when you do that too.
Hey, that's crazy. I mean, if y'all haven't, y'all need to come over here. But I appreciate you for actually sitting down and taking the time to talk to me.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what this is about. It's about the community, about giving back. And doesn't matter if you're at the #1 blog or if you're just getting started or you've been a little bit, but you're out here like, hey, doesn't matter. We're showing love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Our story needs to be heard by everyone.
Definitely. Whenever I first came here, the first time I saw, I was like, who runs this? I have to find out. And then I found you. I found the Houston Press article. I read it. And it's, like you said, it's like a movie.
It really is.
It goes way back to music, to selling cars, to selling pianos, cell phones.
My first sell ever was selling a piano. That was when I was 14 years old. It was the first time I ever saw a commission ever.
And it goes way back to, you just got you're a natural seller.
In my bloodline, it came from my grandparents, my mother, my father. You know,
they had a restaurant, right?
Yes, mother's po' boy. Major shout out to my grandma. I miss her so much, and my grandfather. They really instituted so many values into me and the way I do business. And watching when they had that sandwich shop called Mother Po' Boy right over in Upper Kirby. Didn't matter if you were black, Hispanic, white. I mean, I really being a young kid, because again, this is during the 80s, a different time than where it is now. You know, seeing my grandfather hug a black man, and I'm like, you know, I didn't understand it at that moment, but it showed to me they didn't care who you were. They treated everyone the same, and I love that, because now we know that that's how everything is supposed to be. You know, and we're still fighting for that. You know.
Hey, well, I mean, you've gone a long way. Your family has been in sales for a long time, doing a lot of business, and now here you are, carrying on the name, carrying on your legacy. Man, this is a crazy spot.
Thank you.
I do want to ask you, what is one thing that you have purchased for the show, or for the store, or anything, no matter the price? What is the craziest thing you have purchased?
The craziest thing that we purchased, what do you think, Ben? What, you think our first pair of Dior's together, or do you like our first pair of Dior's because we paid high on those, or what else did we pay that was crazy? The bait bike that we sold, the exclusive game, was dope.
I had seen a bait bike here, I think last time I came.
Yep. Oh, probably the craziest purchase I made for the shop was whenever I flew out to Vegas with Ben and Peanut, and we went to Urban Necessities, which is one of the biggest stores at what I do in the entire world. And major shout out to JC over there. We got there, he took us to his back rooms, and in one of those rooms was Mayer's collection, and Mayer, and we got to buy from Mayer's collection, and JC put Mayer on FaceTime, and we got to that one right there, that was a moment.
I just seen not too long ago Mayer selling all his sneakers and getting, you know.
Yes. And now JC got Fat Joe's collection, so yeah, so.
Which he already told us about. He's doing some A-Lice list celebrity type.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got first dibs to that.
Yeah, that's good. And we're definitely gonna get some pairs out of that collection, because it's all PEs and shit.
Two of the craziest collections you'll ever see right there, Fat Joe's and Mayer's. Two of the craziest you'll ever see. Man, but I appreciate you for letting me stop by, man. This is one of my first times that I've actually done an interview in location. Usually I have everybody come by the office. Everybody comes by the office, but you said we could do it here. We had to pull up over here, man.
Thank y'all so much, guys. And we're located at 6224 Richmond Avenue, the home of the brands, exclusively at Johnny Dang's.
Hey, if you don't know, you need to tap in. This is the one-stop shop. Hey, we out here. Stay slump. Hey.
Roll it up, let it slump. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Why talk about it, be about it, take another shot.